In this presentation we want to show you that when we're using the terms painless revolution, it really is that. So in what way is it a revolution and not just another kind of advertising hype? And in what way is this revolution painless in terms of its implementation? Current thinking when it comes to exploiting the internet as a means of communicating with an ever-increasing audience is that you need to build a website or get somebody to build it for you to maintain it and look after it, etc. And then you've got to try and get people to come to it, whether that's advertising, whether it's search engine optimization, etc. And that has become a very expensive way for many of us to communicate. We are actually saying that that thinking is outdated. Not just our idea or view of that, but it's the way things are proceeding. For example, Google paid $1.65 billion for the YouTube video site. Microsoft paid about $250 million for 1.6% of the Facebook social networking site. So we say there's a trend developing here. They know that the future of advertising is that you need to be where your customers already are and you need to talk to them directly. Therefore, we say that's justified in saying it's a revolutionary approach. From building your own website and trying to get people to come to it, to a totally new approach, which is to be where your customers are and to talk directly to them. If you think about it, there are real examples of this in the real world. If you wanted a shop to sell some produce, would you listen to somebody who told you to build it in the middle of nowhere, which would be expensive enough, and then to have to build roads to get people to it? Or would you go to somewhere where for example, like the Metro Centre, where there already is a great audience and a whole lot of facilities for your customers? I think it's obvious what the answer is. So for many of us, to be told to build our own website and to get people to come to it is ridiculous. It is valid for a few, but only for a few. Consider another scenario. Some young people come to you and they want to set up their own pop group. Would we really tell them they need to build their own theatre, need to put on their own recording equipment, etc., and invite people along to live presentations? No, we would send them to a recording studio where they could record some tracks, put them on CDs, MP3 files, etc. The same situation exists in the internet world. You don't need to have a website to create your content. There is an incredible amount of free tools available which will allow you to create all the content you would ever need to present to your customers. So to recap, we're talking about a whole different place to advertise, not at your own place but where your customers are, and we're talking about a whole different means of presenting your content to your customers. We believe that justifies the term revolutionary and therefore one that it behoves you to look at and see how it affects you in terms of you reaching out to your customers. So if we have proved it's revolutionary, one of the general worries will be, well, okay, revolutionaries are usually ought to do with upheaval, a lot of stress, a lot of change, etc. Well, the good news about this is, as we have said, it's a painless revolution. It's incredibly easy to implement. The tools are available and you've probably been using some of them for a while. For example, within 5 minutes we could get you up and running on our Any Tweet site, which is totally free to put messages out to your targeted audience. In terms of general skills, if you can take a photograph, if you can write an email, you've got the skills that's required. In terms of cost, many of our things are free or at an incredibly low cost. So we believe that justifies. This is a painless revolution that can bring very real benefits to your business.